Hello everybody. 2 years ago we stood here on stage at NXT BLD and we showed live for the very first time the alpha version of Arkio. A lot of things have happened since then. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted all our lives and we had to embrace remote work and remote collaboration like never before. Now during this time we've received a lot of feedback on Arkio. It's been amazing to see how people have been using Arkio to get work done during the pandemic. So with Arkio, our mission is to simplify the spatial design process. We want to make it more efficient and collaborative than possible with today's flat screen design tools. We basically want to give designers superpowers. So there's been a lot of talk about the metaverse lately. So we thought it would be a good idea to show you what's possible already today inside the metaverse with Arkio. So Johan, are you ready?
Yep.
What we're going to do is I will be using the desktop version of Arkio and Johan will be with us in VR and telling us how all of this works. Take it away, Johan.
Okay. So welcome everyone. You might recognize this place. This is actually outside of the conference that we currently are. And we loaded some models in here to explain a bit what Arkio is. So we want to redefine the architectural design process when you're not bound by 2D screens and where you can use your hands to model in 3D just like a physical modeling environment. You can easily load imported models from Rhino, SketchUp, Revit and BIM 360, draw new suggestions on top of them, and then make exports to that geometry as native geometry. The best part is that you can do this all fully collaborative, so anyone with any device can join in and see what the other person is doing. So let's just show you how that works over here. So currently I'm seeing these white buildings around us. They're loaded from OpenStreetMaps, and we can make some space over here to load a new design. And let's just start adding some geometry over here, maybe carving into it a bit. And
so as Johan is working in VR, I can actually interact with the model at the same time as he's working. So I can go into my toolbar and select, for example, the edit tool, and I can start pulling on geometry even as Johan is doing the same on his end. So this is fully real-time, collaborative across any type of devices, essentially. But let's see how this all looks inside the VR. Can you please switch to the VR headset?
So in VR, we can show the menu by rotating our wrist towards us. We can see what tool is active. I'm currently in the Create tool. When I push up, I make solids. When I push down, I make void geometry. I can also edit objects from a distance or move objects like this. Or I can just jump down at any point and look around in the model from there.
So I'm going to jump to you as well, Johan.
Yeah. So we're currently seeing the Queen Elizabeth Center over here, modeled in Arkio, and that model got imported the Parliament from SketchUp. When I'm in the street level, I can keep editing my design, just moving things up and down, and here you can see the parametrics at work in Arkio. I can also like move objects from a distance, or just add some geometry over here. Let me just do some sightseeing.
So I think I'll join you on the sightseeing. Can you sit back to the other laptop, please? So let me just jump to Johan. There you go. So that's a pretty nice view.
Yeah. Nice without the scaffolding.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the built-in views feature to create a view here, just like this. The view that I just created is instantly available to anybody that's with me in this design meeting, and we can jump to it at any point in time, or I can gather everybody to it by selecting the gather icon here next to the view name. But let's head back to the conference center, Johan.
Yep. So we modeled this in Arkio to show that you can use the primitive shapes in Arkio to make some flexible, editable geometry, and pretty detailed. Let's just jump inside over here.
You want to bring me with you?
Yep, sure. Gathering you towards me.
A nice booth.
Yes, so this is actually downstairs. If you go down the stairs, this is where our booth is. Here you can try Arkio on various devices that we support. And you can also leave your business card here to win an Oculus Quest 2. So let's just go up to the theater and see how that all looks here.
Okay, so this is all going to look a little bit interesting. We're going to jump virtually to this theater. So let's see how that works. So boom, here we are.
Nice. Looks a bit dark here. Maybe I was just making a new opening on the top here.
Yeah, let's try it.
Like that.
Cool.
Maybe, wall opening over here.
Okay, that looks pretty interesting. So one of the things we can do in Arkio is we can create design options easily. I just open my models view, I become the host of this meeting, and I duplicate this model. And then Johan can create something different.
Yeah.
And we can kind of toggle easily between these two different design options.
Let me just add some geometry over here and array it like that.
Okay, so he just added this in the ceiling. So I just toggle between these two options easily. But why don't you, Johan, try to play with the time of day, for example?
Yeah, sure. So this would be the morning, and this would be towards the afternoon and evening.
Very cool. Okay, let's go back outside. So a key feature of Arkio is that you can easily bring in models from design tools like Revit, Rhino, and SketchUp using our plugins. So we're going to place a Revit model here in the scene, and just to show you what that looks like, let me jump to Revit. So we're going to place this model in the scene. And to do that, I simply go into my items, and I choose to export this model. So let's see if Johan has placed it.
Yep.
No, there it is.
So once the model is placed in Revit, or once a model from Revit or Rhino or other tools is placed, we can draw new things on top of it. So maybe we want to make some suggestions for new balconies over here. And I'm going to add some crosses over here to indicate that we want to get rid of these. And we can also add custom imported objects, like for example this little Cybertruck over here. And let's add some more trees here. And let's go inside to add some more geometry over there.
Okay.
Little tree here.
So I'll go ahead maybe and add some people here as well. Let me see. Maybe like this. And as you can see, this is all happening in real time, and you can even do this on a phone. So I'm on a desktop now, but you could use your phone or a tablet to interact in the same way. And then when you export the model back to Revit, I can show you what that looks like. So when we do the export, all the kind of buildings we brought into the Arkio scene from OpenStreetMaps, they show up as well. And any geometry you add inside Arkio is imported as native Revit geometry and families as well. You can see how the trees are native Revit families, the Cybertruck, and kind of the new balconies. So this bi-directional workflow is something that is really unique to Arkio, and we put a lot of work into it because you want this really to fit into your existing design workflow. Now, we're going to try something a little bit different now, a little bit of an experiment. So, as I said 2 years ago, anything can happen, and something probably will. Let's go ahead and create a new scene, Johan.
Yep, I made it already.
We're going to get some people from the audience to join us in Arkio. So I need maybe like 5 brave souls to join us. So anybody, you need to go and download Arkio from an app store. There's 1. Anybody else? 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So if you go to the app store on your phone, just download Arkio, A-R-K-I-O. And when you have done that, I'll show you what you need to do. So I'm going to jump out of this meeting here, like this. So once you have Arkio on your device, all you need to do is to open the meetings function in the top toolbar. Once you have that, you can enter the room name, Arkio, and the password 123. And this is a key part of the whole Arkio workflow. There's no account setup needed to join a design meeting like this. You simply download the app for free on any of the app stores, enter room name and password, and boom, you're in. So I'm going to connect and see what Johan is up to here in the scene. And let's see if we have somebody join us in a while. So there we have Johan. So
yep.
while we wait for people, Johan, what are you up to now?
So I just created a volume that's automatically cut into floors, and I added some voids in there to show how we can update them in real time to show the program's change. So we do all these calculations in real time, and this is showing also that Arkio is not just like a tool that is not smart, it's actually containing all the data, and we can export that to BIM 3D environments as well. I see some people are joining, so that's good.
Well, there are people joining. So what you can do once you joined, you can be in orbit mode, which is the tool here in the lower part of the screen, and you can simply kind of orbit around. On your phone you can use like 2-pinch swiping and panning. You can also select the sketch tool in the top right of your screen and start to sketch geometry here on the ground. So what Johan is going to do is he's going to try to do whatever you tell him to do with his simple sketches. So let's see how fast he is now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, good luck, Johan.
Yes, let's see what everyone wants to do here. Someone said hi, hi. So let me just make something cool over here.
Maybe create something here as well. Oops, it's getting fancy.
Yeah. I don't know if someone wanted this, but I'm just making it anyway.
Yeah, this is creative, collaborative workflows here. So this is just one example of how easy it is to jump into a scene like this. And if I go into my meetings panel, we have a lot of people.
Yeah, we're breaking a new record.
Breaking a new record. So I'm actually going to go here down to the ground and look up, and I'm going to invite everybody to join me here. Ooh. Boom, like that.
Nice.
So this is how easy really it is to have a collaborative session like this. What you saw is that you could add temporary sketches to the scene because you came in as viewers. With a paid license, you would be able to do any of the editing that I was also doing on my desktop and be a full participant in a meeting. But okay, Johan, let's
go out of our meeting.
Head out of this and try something a little bit different here also. So I'm going to go into our other meeting, and I guess I'll see you there.
Yes, here we are.
Okay, so why don't you show everybody some examples of what people have done with Arkio?
Yep, so let me just open one of the models and go to the view. Okay, so this is a model created by Davy Smith Architects, an architecture firm based in Dublin, and they've been using Arkio for a while. And if we zoom out a bit, we see what they did is they loaded an image of the floor plan, and they started adding their mesh on top of that in Arkio, and later they added more details like this promenade that we see over here and the underpass that made it into their final design for like ArchiCAD. So they exported the model to ArchiCAD and kept working.
Somebody follows us into the meeting, Johan.
Someone is following us.
That's nice.
Yeah, please.
We'll take them on a sightseeing tour.
So the next model we're going to show is also from Davy Smith Architects. Here we see an urban scale model, and the things they've been telling us is they really enjoy the fact that Arkio feels almost like a virtual model that you can just work in, and that you can at any time jump between the big scale and human scale to check out how the design will look like.
Very cool. So to finish up, we did something interesting last month. We held our first ever Arkio Design Challenge. And we invited our users to send us entries for a chance to win an Oculus Quest 2 device. And we got amazing entries, to be honest. And we're going to announce now the 4 winners from the Design Challenge. And Johan, why don't you take us through these models?
Yeah. So we got a lot of interesting entries, people with student background, architecture, hobbyists. So it was pretty hard to choose. This model that we're in right now is created by Gunnarsson from the USA. And let me just show you one of the views from the overview. He made all of this geometry in Arkio, and he doesn't have any experience with CAD, so he never opened any 3D CAD program before, and he started modeling this away. If we go to the street, we can also see how he really used all Arkio's geometry available to make a really complex scene. And if we go to some of the interior views, we see the amount of detail that got added. Like, he told us that he actually uses Arkio in his evenings after a hard day's work to just relax, and that's really cool to see. This also shows that Arkio is not only for architecture, it's also for game designers and all sorts of other interesting spatial design fields.
So the amazing thing about this model, this is practically an entire city, and because of our custom modeling kernel, this model on disk is only 70 kilobytes in size, which is pretty amazing. And this is basically an example of building the metaverse from inside the metaverse. So exciting stuff.
So let's go to our second winner of the Oculus Quest 2. This model is created by Arnoud de Koning from Belgium. He recreated the house of his parents-in-law that's currently under construction. And if we see over here, there's actually a picture of it under construction. It's overlapping a lot with what is currently being used here. And when we go inside, you see all the detail that he added, and they used Arkio to discuss with the family about the design and make last-minute decisions about certain things that they were still thinking of. Our third winner is Yasul Soon, based in Toronto. She's a student at the Boston Architectural College, and she made this Arkio model as one of her assignments. And we really liked how she used both the positive and the negative space, like one of the strengths in Arkio, working with these shapes to come up with this design. And our fourth winner of the Quest headset is Kuba Yakil from the Netherlands, architect based in the Netherlands, and he made this Porosus tower design with some like gardens on the top to show what's possible with the app. Let me just jump in here, because Kuba is also a teacher at the Academy of Architecture in Amsterdam, and they've been recently introducing Arkio to 50 students. And this is something that we see more and more. People are buying more and more of these more portable headsets and introducing bigger groups in collaborative sessions.
So, as you can see, Arkio enables new ways to design and collaborate. And all of this is possible today with a $300 headset like the Quest 2 or even your phone. So with Arkio, the possibilities are endless. You can collaborate more easily, you can create new design options faster, do client presentations, design reviews, or take your clients on virtual site visits. So if you want to find out more, you can go to our website, arkio.is. You can try Arkio for free on any of the app stores, and of course we'd love to show it to you downstairs in our booth. We are still early in this journey, so we love to get feedback from the community. If you get a chance to try Arkio out, please let us know what you think. We'd also love to take your questions right now if you have any, but thank you.
Thank you.